Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new maritime foam series called Will YouTube Monetization Pay for That? I find there's a lot of questions from people on how much do smaller channels make? How much do videos make? I think some people think it's a lot more than it is. Some people maybe think it's less. So I thought I'd do a series where I'm really transparent about what a video is making. I thought it might be fun if I set a challenge for these videos and I will start with a low cost item and I'll build my way up. And I will communicate to you through pinned comments. I'll update it every week as that video earns more money until we eventually reach our goal and make back our money. Now, for this experiment, I'm not counting my time. I'm counting my time as worthless. And we are just going with the cost of the item. It's generally about 1,000, 1,200 views to make about $5. I'm going to do a YouTube Shorts version of this as well. It does take a lot more time to generate YouTube Shorts revenue. It's generally $1 per 10,000 views. There's a lot of factors as far as the engagement goes and watch hours and all of that, but let's just be real general, at least on my channel. My channel has a lot of focus on shorts, so that kind of skews things a little bit. But hey, this is just for interest's sake and just for fun. My first goal is a blaster I found at the dollar store today for $5 plus tax, but let's just call it $5. It's the Shang-Chi Legend of the 10 Rings foam ring blaster from Hasbro. Not quite Nerf, but I hope you'll forgive me. It's still a blaster, it still counts. I thought this was a great movie. I like how this looks. I actually think it looks kind of cool. I'm guessing my hand's going to be real small in there, but for $5, how could I say no? I'm pretty sure this was retailing for like 30 over at Toys R Us and other places a while ago. Let's do this review, and remember to watch, subscribe, and help me make back my $5. Let's open it up. Okay, well, here we have it all together. You know what, my adult hand does go in there. It's a little hard on my knuckles to pull the little activator here. For those curious about how it goes together, here's the instructions. Pretty straightforward. And then fire. This is a lot like those cheap toys that you'll find also in the dollar store that fire these foam discs. And this is no different. Because it's the 10 rings blaster, obviously it would come with 10 rings? No. It comes with 5 rings, which is really lame. But obviously they didn't want to make it any bigger than this. Let's fire this thing and see what it can do. Let's just adjust my hands. If I have my hand all the way in, I can't really activate it. But if I have my hand back a little bit, I can. Here we go. For anyone who may care or not know, the way this works, and I'm gonna push this little trigger down here so it thinks the door is closed. I squeeze this and it primes back a spring and releases it forward. Kind of like a nail biter. This has ended up being a weirdly complete review. I mean, it works just like all those other ring blasters. It's pretty hard to fire them straight. I will say I have had the other cheaper versions that I've been able to fire a little bit straighter, but I fired 5 of these while I'm doing a review, while I'm worried about filming it. So let's see if I can do it better. I found 4 rings. That's, that's rough so far. All right, let's put those 4 in and let's see if we can do a little better. This target is maybe 15 feet away. I'll keep rotating. My arm is rotated at a 45-degree angle in. I actually hit it. Okay, by rotating my hand and firing at this angle, I was able to fire a disc straight. Here's the thing. If this actually was a $5 toy, sure, okay. But for this to have been a $30 toy with 5 little foam discs, that is insane. I don't know if those dollar store ones would fit in to use those as refills. I wish I had one here, I would try it. This is 1/8 of an inch thick and 1.5 inches wide. Look at me, a Canadian, using freedom units. That's all for you, most of my audience. I'll pick up a dollar store ring shooter, or I probably have one in storage. I really don't like unanswered questions and reviews, so I went out in the rain, went into storage, and got this foam shooter. It fires discs the same way. Well, that didn't fire at all. It theoretically fires discs the same way. That did the same curve too. Moment of truth though, is this cheap refillable ammo for this blaster? The answer is no. This cheap foam disc ammo is bigger, has a different size hole. I don't know if that would have mattered, but it's too big. It doesn't fit. And that is really, really crappy. 5 easily destroyed foam discs for this whole toy? Shame on you. Shame. That makes even $5 a little sketchy. I'd have to make a press and maybe make my own discs, and I'm not gonna do that. Not to make this a rage piece out of the blue all of a sudden. Obviously, I'm glad I went and got this other disc, but this is the kind of crap that toy companies really should not pull. This is just so wasteful and so disappointing to kids. And it's not even to sell more things. They didn't sell replacements for this. It's literally just to create garbage. I don't think anyone was coming after them for a patent if they'd made this disc the same size. Boo. In conclusion, this blaster, I hit that target again, wow. This could be fun. The fact that it has so few rings, it's so much toy and so much plastic, and 5 little foam discs, that's awful. I looked at some reviews online and all the reviews were parents and grandparents who bought this for their kid who liked it, to be fair, and thought it was fun, but they lost the discs and couldn't play with it. I would use this in a goofy game, maybe for fun, but the fact you can't get any more discs, that's really crappy. Watch that pinned comment and I will update you on how much YouTube revenue this video gets between this and the YouTube short version that I do later, and we'll see if we can't make YouTube pay for this. Let me know if you like this idea or if you think it's a little silly. I'm probably gonna do it anyway, but I do want to hear what you think. Until next time, oh, I'm out of discs.